guys, this is Steffi, aka In My Humble Opinion, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to be watching Season 5, Episode 4 of The Crown. The episode is entitled Annus Horribilis. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but we're just going to go with it. So, yeah, let's just get into this episode. Oh my, does she have a cold? Oh, she's sad.
Her voice still hoarse from inhaling smoke and laboring under the weight of a cold.
Oh, she is sick.
The stark admission of failure.
Margaret's like, see, I could have been a better queen.
But if it was public sympathy and forgiveness Her Majesty was hoping for, it might not be what she gets.
See, now remember what I said in like, what was it, episode 1 or 2? When I was like, yeah, I think I watched a clip of Queen Elizabeth saying that the 90s was a really difficult time for her. Yeah, what does Annus Horribilis translate to? Is that like horrible year? I'm pretty sure that's correct. Hate mail.
That was Abide With Me, performed by the choir of King's College.
I love that, like, Margaret is still the same. Like, I could see season 1 and 2 Margaret doing this.
What is the next record?
Is she like a DJ? Oh my god, she's dying. Fuck. What is that letter?
That's enough. I said that's enough.
I'm gonna say, I don't know, it might be an unpopular opinion, but I absolutely loved and adored Vanessa Kirby as Princess Margaret. And when we transitioned to Helena Bonham Carter as Princess Margaret, I don't know, I never really believed that Vanessa Kirby's Margaret would then become Helena Bonham Carter's Margaret, if that makes sense. But I can believe that Leslie Manville's Princess Margaret is derived from Vanessa Kirby's Princess Margaret, if that makes sense. I don't know, sorry Helena Bonham Carter, no offense, but that's just how I feel.
Any favorite dance partners over the years?
I certainly won't be disclosing that.
He was like wanting that tea.
Is music your first love?
Let me tell you, she really liked to play her music loud when she was younger.
The context of her whole life. And it's interesting to note what endures. Some that remain and become lasting loves, and some that fade.
Oh my gosh, is this Tony? Or the first guy from season 1? I love that Princess Margaret is like such a music diva.
In my heart it will remain.
Oh, she can sing.
Refrain.
Okay, who is this guy supposed to be? I'm forgetting. This must be like that, oh god, I'm forgetting his name. Is it Peter?
My heart it will remain.
Peter Townsend. She's like, oh, a chill.
Peter Townsend? Yes.
Oh my
When was the
gosh,
last time you heard from
wow.
him?
When you sent him away.
Is Dashing married? A query.
Peter was such a good horseman.
Oh my god, this is like so awkward.
Must be in his late 70s now. Long married. Yes. Happily married, one hears. With children.
Dang, Elizabeth, just like rub that knife in.
Will you go?
I think I might. Why, what's it to you?
Oh my god, is she gonna forbid her from going? Are you serious, girl? Whenever this kind of music plays, I like get the sense that something very important is about to happen, even though I have no clue who these people are.
His Royal Highness, Prince Andrew.
Mummy.
Oh. Awkward.
In Saint-Tropez, doing something unmentionable.
You're right. I don't want to know.
Sucking Sarah's toes, Mummy.
What?
I'm left with no option but to... Well, mention the D word.
The D word.
Is it asking too much to say duty?
Divorce, Mummy.
Oh, darling.
Oh my god, imagine how much money was spent on all of these weddings, and most of them ended in divorce.
We all knew what we were getting into when we brought Sarah into the family.
She was a breath of fresh air.
Modern, relatable, buckets of fun.
Buckets of fun.
I would say keep your eyes open for a diminutive 60-year-old prune, but and I'm entirely unchanged since our last meeting in 1955.
Entirely unchanged. Okay, what happened with you riding on the back of Tony's motorcycle? I felt that. Oh, Vanessa Kirby. Every time I see that old cast. Oh my god, they're like all old. The music is swelling.
Your Royal Highness.
Peter.
Wow, that was a long time coming. That was pretty good casting. He does believably look like an older version of that Peter Townsend. Oh, is that Anne and the guy that she was looking at the lighthouse?
Does he have a name? Tim. Does he make you happy? Are you in love?
See, Margaret was always consistently the one that was like wanting the kids to be with someone that they loved. Because remember in season 4 when she was like practically pleading for Charles not to marry Diana? See? Another reason why I've always really liked Margaret.
Everyone disapprove. Almost certainly. Then dig in.
Oh.
This song used to be your cutest day.
I know, but
I'm afraid I must insist.
Wow, let me tell you guys, that storyline in season 1 gave me so much life. So to see this after so many years, long time coming. They're like, let's dance to a more discreet area. I swear to God, if we see young Vanessa Kirby and that young Peter Townsend in this episode, I will catapult into the sky. Oh, this is nice. Margaret is so much fun. She's like such the entertainer. Oh.
Well, as it happens, I shall be back in London soon.
Watch him die. I can't.
Your letters. I'm not getting any younger, and if anything should happen, I'd hate to see them fall into the wrong hands, so
Oh, Peter always looking out for her.
as it happens, I kept all your letters too. Every one of them.
Just makes me want to go back and watch those episodes from season 1. Oh. Don't show that to the corgis.
Including the fact that your mother is Supreme Governor of the Church of England and remarriage when the first husband is still alive, as you well know.
She wants her to wait for the original husband to die.
You cannot have all of me. And I will not give all of me. I will marry Tim.
Elizabeth is like, what has gotten into my children? You know what? Good for them.
Let's just go.
Wait.
Oh. Yeah, and yeah. Now stick up your middle fingers. I wonder if they played this in season 1. See, these are the times that I'm like, I should have rewatched some of these episodes before going into season 4, but it's okay.
in my heart it will remain.
Oh my god, you guys.
Group Captain Peter Townsend.
Oh wow, oh my god, these flashbacks.
You may have thought your kind act went unnoticed, camouflaged as you were in your green tartan skirt and tweed jacket.
Oh, I love this so much.
My darling Margaret, it was reckless of you to visit me in my office today.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
Reckless and magnificent.
And magnificent. It's like the old-timey version of reading old texts now.
It seems the world has intruded our private Eden and wants to forbid our love.
Oh. Oh my god, this was so much drama.
I have decided to ask her to marry me. I know you will feel betrayed by this decision.
Wow, damn, she is reading her entire love story with this man. Oh god. Oh, here we go. I like this montage because showing Princess Margaret reading through the letters and like Queen Elizabeth with her horses, they're showing even still to this day, even into their old age, they're still living with the decisions that they made to give up part of themselves for the crown.
Prince Harming, they're calling me now.
Prince Harming.
For years, I've called for a more modern monarchy that reflects the world outside. Would look at the rates of family breakdown out there and then look at us. And social services came to visit, they'd have thrown us into care and you into jail.
That's enough.
Oh, Charles had a lot to say. Points were made, Charles. Points were made. Touché.
And yet the Duke of Edinburgh and I could not have been more clear with the children about how important we consider marriage to be.
Honestly though, like Elizabeth is just like really lucky that her and Philip, even though they did have their marital problems at one point, at the end of the day, it seems, at least with the way it's being portrayed on this show, they loved each other and they were in it for the long haul. But it's like kind of hypocritical for her to be critical of the fact that her children are wanting divorces when, at least in Charles and Diana's case, they didn't really at the end of the day want to get married, but they were forced to get married because of the crown and the system and whatnot. And now it's like they're getting mad at them and wondering why it didn't work when it never worked to begin with.
My own daughter is divorced. My son is separated.
I definitely think that's like a generational thing. I think like people from Queen Elizabeth's era, it was like more common to just stick through the hardships and whatnot. But I think as time has progressed, like divorce for sure is way more common now. Majority of my friends, and I have some family members too, like majority of my friends are children of divorce, so.
Our generation was brought up to believe that...
Oh my god, I was literally just saying this.
This generation...
Generation X!
Fire at Windsor Castle with flames shooting from the turrets and smoke.
Oh no. Okay, yes, I remember hearing about this though.
She's on her way to the sea.
Damn, she is really going through it this year.
She's obviously absolutely devastated. People are just absolutely stunned by what's happening around her.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad. She's just like literally standing in the rain by herself watching her house burn down, even though it's like a very big house. And majority of those things, like, you know, are probably technically not Britain's, but... Wow, did they like really walk through the carcasses of their burnt down house like this? If so, quite the image. Oh. That's sad. I'm like actually getting really sad for her. Oh god.
Reuben?
Thank God, saved. And the Leonardo.
I love that Peter and Margaret though are reconnecting right now.
Whatever were we talking about? Everything and nothing, I suppose.
Not nothing.
They look good together as in like elderly or like older couple.
I'm curious. What made you write to me after all that time?
This is so random, but like looking at this actress right now, I don't know if it would have made sense for this actress to play Princess Margaret in season 3 and 4 more than Helena Bonham Carter, but I feel like, I don't know, looking at this actress, she's reminding me a lot of Donna Murphy. I don't know, like Donna Murphy maybe instead of Helena Bonham Carter for Princess Margaret in season 3 and 4. Just a thought, putting that out there.
Now life goes on forever. Recently I had that made clear to me by my doctor.
Oh my god, I told you, Peter's dying.
And I suppose I wanted to know if our love, in the context of a whole life, had been a fleeting one or a lasting one.
That's so sad, all of the time gone and wasted that they could have had together. Oh.
Questioning over how the restoration bill will be met.
They're like, identity revealed of the arsonist. It was Margaret. She's like, cut the cameras.
Cut the cameras. Dead end. Any idea how it started?
She's like, I have an idea.
Spotlight blew a fuse or something in the private chapel. All very innocent.
Or was it?
Oh my god.
Agatha Christie mysteries.
If I swear.
Suspects, each with their own perfectly plausible motive to burn the place down.
Who?
My neighbour, for one.
Diana.
This is Knives Out now.
Probably isn't violent enough for her. She'd prefer an atomic bomb.
Yeah, because remember?
Me?
You? Why would you do that?
Well, I have the receipts.
How many times have you said a silent prayer of gratitude for him and thought to yourself, if I didn't have him, I'd never be able to do it? How often? Peter was my son. My water. And you denied me him.
Oh my god, I am literally gonna scream if she burned down the house.
It's a prohibition, incidentally. You are not now extending to Anne.
That is different.
How is it different?
Yes, Margaret, get angry.
And yet, even after 40 years, you cannot bring yourself to acknowledge what happened to me and the part you played in it.
Wow. See, this just like hits so deep because we saw all of that play out in season 1. And like now, years after, in the context of the show, but also just like in the context of us as viewers, like so much time has passed for like, damn, for her to still feel that way, that's important. Also, that was a great scene for Miss Leslie Manville. Leslie, if you're watching this, or anyone on Leslie's team, submit that for awards season.
To describe it in this way, annus horribilis. Make a statement like this, no one will forget.
See, Elizabeth, now you are gonna get a taste of your own medicine. Do you like being told what to do when you really feel a certain kind of way and you just have to express yourself? But now your mom is like, Elizabeth, we don't say those things. Girl.
And that perhaps we have fallen short in our duty as a family and owe them an apology. Apology?
She's like, we do not apologize.
That word shouldn't be in your vocabulary. Apologizing, son, is not just your dignity, but God's.
Philip is like, let me get in there.
I'm not sure there's anything to be gained by that.
Yes, there is. Her peace of mind. She's done God's will about as immaculately as any human for the past 40 years.
Dang, Philip like really stands up for Elizabeth.
And it's our job to support her. Unconditionally.
Since when have you sung that tune? Since day one he's sung that tune. Day one.
Ooh, look at this. Look at this. They're sticking up for each other. Oh, these moments just hit, you guys, because we saw all of like the build up to this in seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is why I like the way that this show is structured. Oh.
Today, I'd like to pay tribute, if I may, to my family.
For making it a horrible year for me.
They have quite literally been my sun and water.
Oh. See, now I'm wondering, okay, I'm sure that this speech exists somewhere where I can like look it up on YouTube and watch it, but I'm wondering if Peter Morgan or the writer's room of The Crown came up with that whole speech of Margaret using sun and water. So like this moment could be like contextualized in that way, you know?
This last 40 years, I say thank you.
She's like, well, that's not enough. I need an apology. I would like the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Of which the sovereign is the principal beneficiary, is horribly hard on the rest of you.
You too.
But that's the job, let's face it.
I love these sister moments as well. I feel like we didn't really get that much in season 3 and 4.
Then I'll have to get sloshed on my own.
You guys, I am so scared that Margaret is gonna die in the next couple days.
Good night, Lilibet. I do love you.
Oh, sisters.
I love you too. Very much.
God, that was middle class. Promise me we'll never do that again.
Oh my gosh. Group Captain Peter Townsend, 1914 to 1995. Oh my god, you guys. Alright, and some post-show thoughts. Yeah, this was a solid episode. Okay, I definitely like episodes 3 and 4 more than the first two. I feel like this episode was very reflective on the strict, regimented rules that the royal family more or less is under concerning divorce, and how not really being able to divorce because Queen Elizabeth is who she is really just messed all of them up. It sucks that even after all that time, Princess Margaret's like true love at the end of the day was Peter Townsend. And I remember watching season 1, those videos, if anyone is like wondering, where are your videos for season 1? I didn't record my reaction review to season 1. I don't even think I had a YouTube channel yet when season 1 aired. But that storyline with Peter Townsend and Princess Margaret, and like the friction that caused between Margaret and Elizabeth was so good. I mean, like, it was sad, but it was so good. That was a highlight for me. So to see it all come back and be referenced in season 5 was so satisfying. Seeing how even after all this time that affected Margaret in such a serious and heavy way, and that burden of not really being able to divorce, or if you do divorce, you're gonna be shamed for it. That affected all of Queen Elizabeth's children. I think like most of her kids divorced, right? I'm pretty sure. I remember like in season 1 when they were telling Elizabeth that you have to tell your sister that she can't marry Peter Townsend. I remember the way she had like so much inner turmoil because she wanted to be a good sister and for Margaret to be happy, but at the same time, like, she has this duty. That's a difficult position to be in, which is something that has literally been stressed every single season, almost every single episode. I loved the moments where we saw young Margaret and Peter Townsend. I'm pretty sure those were not newly filmed scenes for this episode. I'm pretty sure they just used footage from season 1. But man, oh my gosh, it still hit. We feel the weight of it and the regret and the what ifs and, oh, I wish things were different. We feel all of that because we saw how that all played out in the earlier seasons. So, all right, well, my question for you guys is, how do you feel about that difficult position that Elizabeth was in terms of wanting, I'm sure, wanting her children and her sister to be happy and in love with the people that they actually want to be with, but at the same time having to be the bearer of bad news when it came to not allowing for them to, you know, get a divorce, or not allowing them to be married to someone who is divorced. Even though for her children they were able to get away with it, but that was still a very difficult thing for them to do. Like, you could feel the hesitation and the ambivalence when they would have to break the news to their mom that they were wanting to get a divorce. So like, I don't know really what the question is, but like, how do you feel about Queen Elizabeth's position in that whole situation, in that whole circumstance? There's definitely times when I'm like, really, Elizabeth, especially like when we're in the 90s onward, where I'm like, the world is modern, it's more common for people to get a divorce, just let them get a divorce. But then there's also times where I genuinely do empathize and feel bad for Elizabeth for having to be the bearer of bad news, especially like in season 1 and 2 when she was still like a young queen. I felt really bad for her when she had to do that with Margaret. So like, yeah, just let me know your guys' thoughts on all of that. And alright, that's about it for this video. If you liked it, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and please turn on the notification bell down below so you know when a new video from me comes out. And comment down below your thoughts on episode 4. But yes, that's pretty much it for this video. As always, everything I said was just my own personal thoughts and all my humble opinion. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peter Townsend. Gosh, that whole storyline. To see it pop back up in season 5 was just so satisfying. Also, dang, R.I.P. Peter Townsend. Like, all the time that they lost. But Margaret, did like riding on the back of Tony's motorcycle, that barrel episode, I still stand by it. It's like one of my favorite episodes of The Crown.